Thank you. Welcome to our academy, Elite Sports Africa Basketball Academy, located in the heart of Nairobi, Umoja Estate.
Coach, if you ask me, you are located quite far into the neighborhood. What prompted this location?
Basically, it was about the numbers. We have a problem of infrastructure across the country, so we wanted something that is going to cut across children and people of all races and ages, and that's why we decided to come back and focus in this particular community.
Why Umoja? Do you get children from all over Nairobi, or is it just centered on those originating from Umoja?
Yeah, we have children from Kahawa, Buruburu, Utawala, South B, all over Nairobi, and one of the main challenges they get is a facility. They don't have basketball courts, and even recently Nyayo was closed for almost a year, and that serves almost the whole of Nairobi. So this is a home for many kids across the country, and also we have kids who finish probably high school, and those also are in primary level. The academy basically has been existing for the last 10 years, and we started spreading our wings. Firstly, we started in Uganda. Then we had very many success stories. Some of the kids that we coached in Uganda are the ones who represented their country. Then we went to Rwanda. The academy is really doing well. And we decided to come back home and do something because the standards of the game are really going down.
What are some of the great names that come from this specific court?
Umoja, we call it the home of basketball in this country. We have Alan Ouma, is a former MVP in the Basketball National League. Bobby Okwako is my older brother. Cooperative Bank, he's been an MVP in the league for a couple of years. Job Unene, almost half of Ulinzi Warriors players come from this neighborhood. Umoja, when you mention Umoja, you're mentioning almost every great player in this country comes from this particular setting. My main motive is to give kids around this neighborhood a chance to believe in themselves. We have a couple of kids who've gotten scholarships, both locally here and also internationally. So the kids that are out there are a source of inspiration to the kids who are here. These are informal settlement. Some are orphaned here, some are refugees. Actually, my team is made up of Rwandese, Congolese, Sudanese, name it. I think it's the only special court around this country that is giving such people a place where they can just forget where they come from and become friends. My main mission or vision is to have Elite Sports Africa in probably the whole continent. I know we are still in the baby steps, but looking at the ground, the impact is very huge. Before the year ends next year, we're going to launch in Tanzania and also going to launch in South Sudan as well. We are spread almost across all parts of the country. We are in Kisumu. We partner with so many basketball academies right there. We've also partnered with a couple of basketball academies in Eldoret, in Nakuru, and also in Mombasa as well.
Maybe how many scouts do we have in a year averagely?
Average, you have like 5. Just 2 weeks ago, we had Alexis Laniers from France. He was here for a 2-day scouting program. And like a month back, we had Travis Coleman. He was all over social media and the TVs. Travis Coleman, like I mentioned, is the one from Washington, D.C. So on average, you normally get around 5 or 6.
What good do we get from all this scouting? Are there any children who, what is the number rather of the children who are taken as by every year?
Depends with what they really need out there, because professional basketball out there is about roles. So the beauty about our program is our kids are a bit polished, they're fundamentally sound. So over the last year and a half, we've had around 5 players who have gone to the US on basketball and academic scholarship. So for us, we take pride in such. Also, we have kids who, around 35 kids the last 4 years, who've gotten scholarship across the country, Laser Hill, Machakos High, Mombasa, across just, it's an amazing story, yeah.
How many children do we have out there on scholarship right now?
Right now in the US we have 5 the last 1 year and a half, and locally here we have 35 the last 4 or 5 years. Both boys and girls, high school scholarships.
Maybe take us through how a day for you is like in the court.
I have my work that I do individually, so my day starts at 3 a.m. So we have our sessions in the morning between 6 and 8. Then I run back and I do some other camps for people from the other side of Nairobi. Then I have to run. So in the morning, I have the other coaches who are running sessions for me. Then in the afternoon, I just come and bond with the kids right here. So basically, the morning program, we have the seniors from 15 to 19. Then those are a bit skilled and bigger. So we separate them based also on their physical ability. So that session runs from around 10 to 1:30 p.m. Then we take a break. Then these young ones come around 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Then we're also privileged to have a Premier League team in this community, Umoja basketball team. They come at 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. So the court is ever busy.
With all these categories in place, do we have regular tournaments to gauge their development?
Right now, as we speak, we just lost in the Junior NBA Finals to Farm Kenya. In fact, I want to congratulate them. Kevin Mugisha was named the MVP by the NBA. Junior NBA is a platform that the NBA has given African countries under 14 to compete, interact, and express themselves through basketball. And Umoja, sadly, we lost in the we lost in the finals, but it gives us an edge to measure our ability.
What is different in the skill set that you're offering these children away from every other academy that may be in the country?
Like I mentioned, we've been getting invites abroad, very many. We've been having coaches who come here, and it's just like education. We've been reading the game. We also certified to do what we do here by the federation. And also last week, the president of Kenya Basketball Federation paid us a visit. He has been seeing what we do. We've been interacting a lot. They've been seeing most of the things that we do. We've been featuring in so many tournaments. So one of the things that makes us stand out is our interaction and the ability to get invites to interact with high-profile coaches.
Most of the children playing in this academy are of school-going age. How do they get to balance their books and at the same time play basketball?
What really happens is we have a database, and we normally have quarterly meetings with the parents and the teachers. We know where they stay. We have the parents' contacts. We have the class teachers' contacts. So one of the main qualifications for you to be a part of this academy is, one, you have to be a student. Secondly, you have to perform very well in class. So what we normally do, we keep track of your academic record. For those who are a bit struggling in their education, give them some time off to focus on their school so they can see the importance of what education can do.
And considering a child has to take time off the court in order to advance in their education, that is, for example, if their grades are not at par, doesn't it mean that this child will lose out, considering all the rest will be a step ahead in terms of training? Do you look at such things?
Like our MVP, Junior NBA MVP this year, Kevin Mugisha, is one of the best performers in his school. He's currently going to class 8. On average, Kevin gets around 445 marks. So we are very sure he's going to be a top performer in the country next year. So what we normally encourage our kids is they can balance these things, you know. And most of these athletes that play here, we have doctors in Umoja basketball, we have engineers, we have people in real estate, and they're very skilled in basketball. So it's a matter of balancing your books, what you put first, your priorities basically. And just like I mentioned, it's very important for the parent to know what the kid does here, what time he lives here, and also the interaction we have with the teachers as well. So before it gets basically too far, we've already identified where probably if the kid is struggling in a certain subject, we can probably pay for tuition or something. Yeah, so we normally don't let it go up to a certain level that cannot be handled, because children are children, they love playing the game. When they are aware, I think it affects them.
And what was the reception from the parents majorly when the academy, the initiative was introduced to the community? How was it received?
I think it is one of the best things that have happened to Nairobi as a community, and mostly Umoja basketball. So parents here are very supportive of the children. We've been going for tournaments even outside Nairobi, outside Kenya. Most parents, some can accompany the children, some support financially, because also we don't have a sponsor. So I think the relationship also and the trust and the success stories around our community has made us kind of be as a team. So I think so far we're in the right hands, and we have normally have newsletters to parents to inform them of probably any activity that is coming up. We also engage in social responsibility, normally do cleanups for the community. So I think also we as an academy, we give back out there. So I think also the things that we do out there translates to what we do and the people see there. So I think we are one of the most, in terms of fan base, I think we have huge numbers, and it's just basically because of the parents.
With the large number that you have in the academy, these children come from different areas of Nairobi, as you have said. We have a situation whereby what happens to these other children who come from far areas, for example, because I understand they may not be able to come here daily. What is the plan of action that is taken for them?
So like we mentioned, Umoja is the home of basketball. So kids who come from outside Umoja, because we have kids from Kahawa, it's quite a distance, kids from South B. So we normally give them 2 days a week or 3, probably Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, or depending on the schedule of the parents, Saturday and Sunday, okay? So that means kids from out there can just come and play, you know? So what we normally do, we also have special situations where we can probably sometimes have the national team players come, just to inspire those kids who come from far, for those actually aspiring to play the probably Premier League, to see how the game is played, and to give them the reason to come back again. So normally give them 2 times a week, special for them. And there's a provision for transport for them as well. So, because we really want to give them a chance. They lack such facilities, just as a playing court, basically. Yes.
Is it the same community that caters for the kids of the players here, considering there's no sponsor yet?
Yes, so sometimes it's just good Samaritans. You can just find a parent or an admirer who's just passing by, like says, I like what you guys are doing. How can I come in? So that's how we survive. Then also from a pool of resources, we have some little income that we work. So for us, our goal is bigger. You know, we give as much as we can. So Umoja basketball community, they really support this junior team in terms of finances. Though it's not enough, it is just a pinch in the water, but we survive. But if there's anybody out there who can assist us, I think we can not only touch this community, but the whole country as well.
Now, Coach, I want us to talk a little bit more about the state of basketball in the country. You have been a player once, and you are nurturing talent at the moment. But where do you see basketball in maybe 5-10 years?
To say the truth, Kenya used to be a powerhouse in Africa. I think there's a time our ladies qualified for World Cup. Then last couple of years, there's politics and lack of interest, and corporates pulling out. I think the sport started dwindling, and people started pointing fingers at each other, corporates, players, federation. Then it's dawned on us, players who are playing semi-professional and professional. It is us who have the solution. It is us who can take the game back. So, and that's what made us come back and start having these junior programs and even the youth programs, teaching them basketball the right way, exposing them to high-profile tournaments. You know, if there comes like Giants of Africa, we normally have NBA coaches, expose them to such high-tempo camps, and also have our own in-house tournaments, like we normally have Friday night here in Umoja. It attracts the whole of Nairobi. So it's all about bringing the flavor and the ice bar to the game, you know, fun bit of it, you know. So in the next 5 years, I think Kenya's in good hands. Right now, the last couple of years, we've been having Polish players who are going to high school. So I think the next 5 years, we'll reclaim our sport back as a power in this region.
Maybe what do you think can be done to improve the state of basketball in the country?
The government needs to come in, and that is without a doubt. We really need their support. But still also my call goes to players, especially those who played up to continental level like us. It is upon us to get this basketball and start teaching a kid. Just teach one, and the other player teaches one. So I think when that movement picks across the country, we are going to have players at least who have an idea of what basketball is, not just playing, you know. So I think moving forward, we'd love to have the government support you know, and also coaches out there, because I played in Uganda for a couple of years. We have almost, if we have an event, we have around 30 corporates, you know. So I think also it's a challenge for the Kenyan basketballers. We also need to give value for money. You know, we have to entertain the fans. We have to have flavor back in the game. So I think we also need to work more on the skills, you know. So yeah, I think also it goes back to the players themselves as well. Yeah.
And Coach, if we can throw it a little bit back to your time in basketball, who were you? Were you also one of the powerhouses? Were you one of the greats of basketball? Tell us a little bit more about your time in basketball.
Yeah, I was privileged to play for very, very exciting clubs. I played for Telecom Kenya. I played for Postbank. I played for Cooperative Bank before leaving for my semi-professional. And I was, one of the, let me say, most watched guy around, because I focused on my fundamentals. It simply saved my life. And that's how people saw me here and they took me out there. So playing also in Uganda gave me a chance to play in so many other countries just because of the fundamentals. So Cooperative Bank opened very many doors for me. And it's one of the powerhouses not only in Kenya but also in Africa. So I think during my time, basketball was very competitive. Players were motivated. People had jobs from the organizations they were playing for. Athletes had scholarships, were playing for institutions. And I think that thing has come back because Strathmore is doing that thing as well, USIU, ZTech. I think moving forward, we're heading in the right direction, yes.
What were some of the challenges that you used to face during your time?
Basically, I think I played in an era where basketball was a bit fun to watch. You could come with your kids or your sister or something. But recently, that never happened. It's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the fans back. We're trying to have more skills in the game. That also goes to the coaches. We need to change how we train our players. You know, basketball has really changed. We need to learn from each other. We need to go for coaching clinics. You know, so I think once we repackage ourselves well, we can go back where we were some time back.
Do you think these children you are training right now stand a chance that you used to get previously during your time?
The fact that we featured in the junior NBA, something that we only believed to be a US thing, for me it's an inspiration. Seeing one of my players get an MVP award from NBA coaches, being voted one of the best kids in the country, I think gives us a reason to come here every day. And Umoja under 14, under 12, I think we are one of the best age group category in the country because we compete a lot with other programs. So for that, without a doubt, I'm very confident, and we'll keep pushing our kids to be better. We are going to push them to get opportunities to play out there, even if it's not out there, just around locally here, but on a scholarship basis. Yes.
Other than just sponsorship right now, what are the other challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis in the court?
Basically, infrastructure. Infrastructure is one of the toughest things we are facing as a country. And that's why I was mentioning, we coming from Umoja, we have kids coming from as far as South B, as far as Kahawa West, as far as Kitengela, just because of one thing, a basketball court, you know. So if we can have, like Sprite used to do very many years back, they could build courts on almost all neighborhoods, yeah. If we could have such a platform like that, I think the game can really grow. They also used to give out basketballs, which was really encouraging, you know. So I think if we move towards that direction, I think we can sort a lot of issues. If we join hands and just give back, we can do so many things because we have very many players. My colleagues, almost all of them are playing abroad. Yeah, so if we can join hands and come and give back, we can transform this country in terms of basketball.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
You have had it all from the coach right there, both the good times and the bad times. And when we come back from the break, we will get to interact with the children and get to know their side of the story. So we are back from the break, and yes, the session is still going on. As you can see behind me, no one is sitting down, no one is just resting without doing anything. Yes, the children are on the court, but joining me right now is Kevin Rudisha, one of the famed players in this specific court. Kevin, yaje?
Poa sana.
Unafilaje leo, umechangamka?
Leo nimechangamka, leo na feel poa sana.
Tuambie kidogo kuhusu historia yako. Wewe ni nani? Kevo ni nani?
Mimi ni Kevo. Mimi nimekuwa hapa kwanza nilikuwa mtoi. Mimi nimependa Bake nikiwa mdogo sana hadi saa hii pale nimefika.
Na Kevo, tunaelewa kwamba uko na titles tu ingine bala. Tuambie kuhusu kuvotiwa MVP wa Junior NBA.
Hiyo kuvotiwa kwa Junior NBA MVP. Tulikuwa kwa ligi fulani na jita NBA, Junior NBA Africa. Ndio sasa tukacheza tukafika finali na tulipush, na sasa ati mimi peke yangu, pia ma teammates walinisaidia sana, ndio nimiwe kama MVP.
Ni nini ulifanya hiyo siku yenye ili prove ya kwamba wewe ndio ule msee ndio ukapata hiyo title?
Actually nilifanya tu, mimi nilicheza game yangu, nikafuata instructions za coaches Martin na Jodib Melo. Tutorial niambia nikafanya. Mimi sikuwa na uoga hiyo siku. Juu Melo niambia tu kila kitu ni possible Hakuna kitu hard. Mimi nikacheza tu Bake yangu ndio nikakuwa MVP.
Na unaweza sema Bake ikoje mtaani? Umekuwa ukicheza hapa for how long?
Bake iko sawa tu hapa. Mimi nimekuwa nikicheza hapa karibu miaka 6. Si hapa Bake anatusaidia sana. Juu sasa vijana wengine unaona sahi kawa kwa hapa wako kwa bad companies tukaa hizo. Kisa sisi tukiwa hapa tuko sawa, hatuna shida. Ndio maana inatusaidia sana.
Unaona advantage gani Bake kiletwa hapa hivi more instead of peleko huko Nyayo wapi?
Mimi naona tu grao tujenge tu grao ni mbaya sana. Msana anaweza umia. Grao ndio kiasi inakaa vibaya chini, lakini tuko sawa tu. Tujenge tu grao na fence itakuwa sawa. Hii grao itakuwa sawa.
Considering when you one of the wale majunior wenye karibu waingie kwa senior team, una give back aje? Kuna watu hii hapa, kuna age groups wenye wanaenda mpaka hata 10 years. Wewe kama senior kwa hii court, how do you give back to the young ones?
Mimi tu na train saa zingine. Nikipata kama wamekaa kocha jakaa, mimi nawaambia kitu ya kufanya. Mimi tu na train tu na wafanya shughuli. Chenye kocha amenifanyisha pia mimi nakaa na wafanyisha. Ndio pia wakuwa kubwa wakiwa na hizo skills za Bake. Wazazi unipatia support, juu wanajua pia tunafanya ni muhimu. Sasa yeye kucheza Bake, sasa naona sana cheza Bake ni kwa mdogo, anafurahia sana. Anaona tu nikaa tu ni mzuri tu. Ananiambia tu nicheze Bake nifike mahali pazuri tu, ndio nisaidia familia.
Tukiongelelea Bake in Kenya, kuna teams ambazo wewe huangalia ambao hucheza kwa ligi?
Mimi huangalia timu mingi, lakini sana lazima niangalie kwanza timu ya Omo. Lakini sasa timu ziko mob. Mimi naangalia ka KPA na Ulinzi. Hizo naona timu hapa zinacheza. Na
unaona Omo imekuwa ikichezaje kwa ligi?
Omo wamekuwa sawa, lakini hata kama walitolewa ma playoffs, lakini wamejipush. Unajua pia sasa ni wazee.
Team kama KPA huwa una notice venye wao hukuwa dominant sana kwa league. Unaona wanafanya nini different as compared to other teams? For example, wanafanya nini different as compared to Umoja?
KPA tu unajua ma sponsor wengi. Sasa ndio maana sasa wanapushiwa sana, wako na makochi wengi. Ndio maana wanacheza sana.
Na tuseme hii coaching yenye mnapata hapa hivi kwa hii academy, is it enough kuwajenga nyinyi kama maplayer, ama ungependa kukuwe na any improvement?
Haiko sawa vile, lakini ya coach tu yenye tu wanatuonyesha tu inatupush. Juu sasa sasa tulikuwa tunajua vitu. Yana kama siku moja na kama na vitu zingine, siku nyingine pia na kama na vitu zingine, tunafanya tu. Inatusaidia sasa pia wakiongeza vitu mob itakuwa poa zaidi sasa.
Nyinyi kama maplayer, kama watu nyinyi feel aje venye mascout kuja kutafuta players? Hiyo time tuseme, do you get nervous ama life tu inaendelea kaka?
Pesa sana scouts wamekaa. Sasa mtu huambiwa tu cheza tu Bake yako na uko na discipline. Wewe unajua pale bahati yako imekaa. Sasa ndio unacheza na ile bidii yako, unajienjoy. Ndio kijua tu unaweza chaguliwa.
Bake inakupelekaje hapa Umo?
Mimi Bake inanipeleka vizuri. Nikuwe busy, inafanya nikuwe out of drugs na bad companies na vitu mbaya tu zenye zinafanyikanga huku mtaa. Sasa mimi Bake inanisaidianga sana nikuwe right on track kwa kila kitu yenye nafanya, na pia unipea skills za kama discipline, hizo vitu kama hizo.
Umecheza bake kwa hii academy for how long?
Nimecheza hapa for 2 years. Yeah.
Na within those 2 years unaweza sema umejengwa, imekujenga, ama uko tu same old person 2 years mwenye alikuja hapa 2 years ago?
Bake imenijenga sana, especially hapa nilikuwa venye niliingia hapa nilipata skills kama za confidence, nikakuwa confident kwa kila kitu yenye nilikuwa nafanya.
Na sasa tuseme venye umekuwa ukicheza hapa hivi for 2 years, has it affected how you perform basketball shule? Wewe ucheza basketball ukiwa shule?
Yeah. Kila kitu iko na time yake, masomo iko na time yake, bake pia iko na time yake. Sasa lazima ni balance. Bake so far ij affect performance zangu, juu pia mimi shule na performing vizuri. Sasa kila kitu na time yake.
How do you make sure kwamba keep up with the game considering most of the time uko shule since you're in high school?
Pia nikiwa shule na bado nachezanga tu bake. Saa 10 after classes nakimbia zoezi, tunakimbia tunapiga zoezi. Saa yeye affect sana.
Na tuseme unaonaje progress ya hii academy considering imekuwa hapa for some time na watu wengi wanaendelea kuongezeka? Is there a future for the academy? Is there a future for a team kutoka kwa hii academy?
Hapa watu wengi naona sana hapa watakuwa very successful. Already tuko na watu karibu hivi 3 wameenda states, na bado watu wengine pia wako zile wako na chances pia za kwenda states. Mtu kama Kevin hapa alikuwa pia kuna chance ya kwenda states. Sasa mimi naona hii progress ya academy by 3 to 4 years itakuwa iko mbali sana.
Ukiwa one of the older children in the academy, unaona nini na drive all these other children? Is it stardom? Is it passion for the game? Nini exactly unaona ina drive hii masses yote wenye kuja kutrain hapa?
Hii ni passion. Na watu wana passion sana. Unapata mtu anakuja hapa saa 1 anatoka huko hadi saa 4 za usiku, hakuli kitu yote, hakuli lunch, yani kila hapa watu wako na passion tu.
What are some of the challenges yenye mna go through kwa hii academy?
Ni court, viatu, pia fence inaharibika, hiyo tu.
And in terms of competition, do you think mnapata enough competition kwa the tournaments yenye nyinyi who play?
Kompena hiyo iko juu hii finali tulishindwa ya junior NBA. Tulishindwa, saa competition iko juu sana.
Considering mlishindwa, nini una feel hamkufanya poa that you're looking forward to improve the next time?
Hatukuwa na patience. Walikuwa mbele na sisi na 3 points. Sasa sisi tulikuwa tunaona game imeisha, tukarudi morale kila kitu.
Now, what is your goal kama player kwa hii academy? Where do you want to be in the next few years?
Mimi nataka kuingia niende states. Luckily, God willing, ninge NBA.
Who are some of the people you look up to in the NBA?
Mimi ni LeBron yeye ni role model wangu sana, nampenda sana, game yake inanibamba. Yeye ndio role model wangu.
What are the specifics yenye unadhani LeBron hufanya huko yenye nafanya ukue fan wake mkubwa?
Teamwork, akona ananga ubaya na mtu. Teamwork, game yake anaweza shoot, anaweza drive, anaweza fanya kila kitu.
Na hapa hivi kwa hii court nikiangalia sasa kuna madem wachache sana as compared to maboy. Unaweza semaje kuhusu bake ya madem kwa hii court?
Bake ya madem watu wengi wako wengi, watu wa under tuseme hivi 12 years ndio wanakujanga wengi. Hao ndio tu hatujui madem huku wana ile passion ya game. Ni watu wengi ndio wameanza ku pick up wakiwa hivi small, na wakikaribia na watakuwa tu fit.
Now what do you think can be done to improve your situation considering?
All right, so that is Sports Chat for today.